This is the plaintiff, Ashley Wynn. She says she and the defendant were roommates in college, and the girl up and left in the middle of the year with no explanation, leaving her and her roommates holding the bag for the utility bills. She doesn't know what the defendant's thinking if she thinks she can just slither away in the middle of the night without paying up what she owes, because she'll hunt her down like a rabid dog until she gets her money. She's suing for $502.80, the amount owed. This is the defendant, Laura Galarno. She says the plaintiff is sorely mistaken because she paid 3 months' worth of utility bills entirely on her own, and they're even. She left the place spotless when she moved out, and even changed the plaintiff's oil and spark plugs in her car as a departing gift. Owe her all that money? Ha! She's accused of skedaddling lickety-split. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $500 for unreturned security, harassment, and defamation.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Ashley and Kelly Wynn, you have power of attorney for Kelly, correct? That's your dad?
Yes.
And you are suing Laura Galarno, okay, for $502.80 in utilities that you say she still owes from when you guys lived together. You are counterclaiming against her $500 for security deposit that you say you are owed, and harassment and defamation. Okay. Ms. Wynn, let me hear from you first.
Okay. I've been friends with the defendant for about 3 years. We met our first year of college.
How old are you?
21.
Oh my gosh, you look.
Yeah, I know.
That's gonna come in handy later. Okay. Okay, so go ahead.
I'm a senior right now in college. We've lived together for about 2.5 of those years that we've been friends. The residence at hand, we moved in on March 9th, 2010. The lease was set through September 9th, 2011. In that residence, it was me, my girlfriend, the defendant and her girlfriend at the time, and then one of our other friends. So basically, we went out of town for 3 months. We left on May 16th, 2011.
Who went out of town?
My girlfriend and I, Crystal.
Okay.
And we had an agreement, you know, we paid our portions of the rent.
Where'd you go? Anywhere good?
Yeah, we went to Australia for 2 months, and then we traveled around the United States for like 3-4 weeks. We came back
awesome.
August 10th. Yeah, it was a good vacation, but we came back August 10th.
Now, while you were gone, who was paying the rent?
We paid our portions of the rent directly to the landlord through the end of the lease before we left. You know, Laura and Josie, who was living there at the time, were responsible for their portion of the rent, and then also the full electric bill because we weren't living there, you know.
Okay. So the agreement beforehand is that they would pay the utilities that they were consuming because you guys weren't there.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
and is that accurate?
Yeah, to be split between me and Josie.
And Josie is who to you?
She's our friend. She moved in after me and Chelsea broke up to take Chelsea's place about a month.
Oh my God! Hold on, I need like a flow chart to take. Okay, all right. So is that accurate that the utilities would be taken care of by her and by Josie?
Yes.
Okay, so go on.
Okay, and then basically when we got back on August 10th, like the house was trash. It was empty. There was nothing there except for a mess and the electric bill stuck to the refrigerator. Like, I tried, you know, when I got back, I texted her early August, you know, texted and on Facebook said when I would be back. You know, I came home. I really wasn't expecting to come home to an empty house. Like, I didn't.
What, did you move out?
Yeah, I did.
When did you move out?
I moved out a month before the lease was up because I had an opportunity to move in with some friends that it wasn't going to be there a month later.
No, I understand, but did you notify her that you were moving out?
I didn't.
Did you pay the rent anyway?
Not the last month's rent.
So who are you leaving with that little obligation when you just take off and not notify her and not tell her anything?
Well, 2 other of the people that were living in the house also did that, Chelsea and Amanda, who were on the lease.
And according to you?
They didn't pay their rent.
Yeah, they both gave significant notice and paid everything that they were asked to before they left. And they had replacement people to move in, like...
So by the time that you left, where was Josie?
Still living in the house.
So Josie didn't leave?
No.
And Josie paid her part of the rent?
Josie paid all her rent all the way through the end of the lease. She actually had moved out, but she had kept paying her rent. And she also paid Laura's last month's rent because she didn't want us to be completely
Okay.
like
so
out of luck
you
when we
come
got back.
home and you find what?
I find an empty, messy house. The first thing I noticed, I went in the house, my bedroom was in the front, so, I noticed my bathroom was disgusting, unusable. I cleaned it, it was fine. I noticed she was gone when I noticed that the dining room table wasn't there. I was like, that's a little odd. So I went in the kitchen, the kitchen was empty. That was all her stuff that she had contributed. So, all the pots, pans, dishes, all
What,
that
did you call
stuff.
her?
Yeah, I tried to call and I tried to text. No
And what
response. She said her phone was broken. That could be true either way.
How'd you finally get her? Through Facebook?
Yes, through Facebook. The response, I have the
Actually,
response right
she
here.
came up to my work twice.
Okay.
Came to your work?
Yes. And
This is the first contact that I have.
I can't hear you from your chair, but if you'd like to stand up and come to the microphone and identify yourself.
Yes, ma'am. My name's Crystal Davis. I'm the girlfriend of Ashley Wynn.
Okay.
Okay, we tried contacting her through text messaging and phone, and we were told by one of her friends, JD, that her phone wasn't working. So we Facebooked her multiple times. We have it right here if you want to see it.
And what, she ignored you?
I did get one response. It said that she was going to give me the electric for sure. I'm reading directly off of it. It says, let's see, she's just been super busy, and she says she seriously didn't know about the lease not being up until September, until she had already left, until the other lease was already signed.
Talk to me about the electric bill. You agree that you're supposed to be paying it while they're gone because it's whatever you're consuming.
Right.
And according to her, there's 502, let me see the electric bills, $502.80. Why aren't you responsible for those two bills?
Well, first of all, there was an electric bill before that was $631 that Josie did not contribute to at all whatsoever, and I had to pay for all of that myself.
Okay, but then you've got a beef with Josie. See, if they
have a beef with Josie. They're coming after the wrong person. Ashley Wynn showed up in my work screaming like the word. I work in an ice cream parlor with little kids running around. Like, I had to have one of my other coworkers step in and say, hey, you can't be saying that in here. I had to take her outside. The owner was there saying that if she comes back to Kilwins, that to notify security immediately.
Have you no respect? At a Kilwins, you're making a scene?
Oh yeah, I know, that's a different level.
I'm a very big Kilwins fan. Listen, I don't understand why you're not mad at Josie. That's what I want to understand. Why not?
I'm not mad at Josie because, first of all, she didn't run away. She stayed and approached me with the issue, and because she had paid her last month's rent, so that I didn't have to deal with the landlord on that issue. So I have no issues with Josie right now.
Did you get now your counterclaim? We'll talk in 1 second about. I think I got it on the electrical. Okay, let's put that to aside a second. You have a counterclaim against her on the security deposit. You say you want $230 back because you put $230 into the security deposit.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are not returning her $230 security deposit because she didn't pay her rent.
Because she didn't pay her rent.
Any other reason?
Because she left a month early and it was trashed. I had to do
can
a
I
lot
see
of
the pictures of it trashed?
I really wish I had pictures of the whole house. This is just pictures of Josie's bedroom.
That's just Josie's bedroom. I didn't clean
Josie's bedroom.
I didn't clean Josie's bedroom.
This is just because she had moved
That's
out.
why she moved out, because of that.
Wait, that's why who moved out?
Josie moved out in the beginning of June because they were harassed. This is from Josie. We weren't there.
No.
We have a statement from Josie, but she said that when we were gone, the defendant had JD, which is her friend, Dawkin, her girlfriend, and a guy named DK move into the house, which if you see on the electric bill, in June 2010, it was $6,000.
6,000.
No, if you look on there, I can show you,
consumption.
but
The
it's like
consumption.
doubled, so you can tell that she moved people in. Apparently, according to Josie, Laura allowed these people to trash Josie's room, sleep in her bed and everything, and she ended up moving out.
If I had pictures of the rest of the house, I'd be suing for those damages as well. But I didn't.
But you don't
take
have
pictures.
damage.
I know,
You gotta have
regrettably.
damage.
We can't
There's
prove it.
some
That's
clothes
why.
on the floor. Okay. Quite frankly, my daughter's bedroom looks worse than that on a daily basis.
That's fine.
not that big a deal. That's not trashing the place. Trashing the place means something different. It means drywall work, painting, like that kind of stuff. The fact that clothes is on the floor and it's messy is not trashing the place.
So if there are multiple roommates, do you have to bring them all into court, or can you just choose one to sue?
No, you need to bring them all in.
You buying that?
Yeah, I buy it.
You can't just pick one and then say, hey, you're the target and you have to deal with the others?
If they had an agreement that said that they were all liable and each of them was individually liable for what they all owed, then you can go after one.
Are you a lawyer?
No.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Just play one on TV.
Me too. Going inside the courtroom.
Harassment and defamation. What is the harassment and defamation that you're suing?
Like I said, she came up to my work screaming.
And saying what?
She was calling me word.
Over
just,
what? Not paying the electric?
Yeah, just like.
Why did you send her a Facebook message saying, yes, I
Because
owe you the
first,
just a second. Yes, I owe you the electric for sure. I'm going to pay you. I've just been really busy.
Because at first I was planning on paying it. I didn't have the money as soon as she got back, but I was gonna give her money. And then she came into my work twice, caused huge scenes, and then she went to all of our friends. She's talking bad about me behind my back, and I asked Chelsea and JD, I was like, well, what do you think I should do? And Chelsea said, they're just being greedy. They came after my security deposit also. And JD was like, I wouldn't do it if I were you. And to counter what they said, JD and DK and Dawkin were not living with me. Dawkin did not
Who's
move.
using up all this electricity? I'm looking at the electricity bill.
Well, I will say that we did have a lot of parties.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
what
mean,
they heard too. That
yeah.
you were having a lot of parties while they were
well,
down.
yeah. And there was one hole in the wall from someone punching it, and the house was not trashed. I cleaned everything. I
But
scrubbed.
seriously, you want the $230 back
No,
and you didn't
I'm
pay
just
the rent
saying.
as a whole from a party?
I wasn't gonna do any of this.
Okay, I got it now. But see, here's the problem that we have. You have this impression that they should go after Josie. Why won't they go after Josie? They just like Josie better than they like me. All right. What do you think is the real problem? Because you guys were friends for a long, long time. Are you still in school there too?
No.
Okay, but you're still in school there. Mm-hmm. Are you in school there?
I work 2 jobs so she can go to school full time.
Okay, so you guys were friends for 2.5 years. What do you think went wrong? Because really, friends who are friends for 2.5 years work this stuff out before they end up in. Put your hand down, because I have a feeling you're going to be the answer about what went wrong.
It is.
Friends who are friends for such a long time, they work it out before they go to court, much less the people's court. So tell me, what do you think went wrong?
I can't say. I have no idea.
Okay, did you feel like you were losing your friend to her?
I felt like that before we even moved into the house. So, well, back when we lived in the apartment.
Okay. All right. Thing of it is that Ashley could choose to go against either you or Josie. It's called joint and several liability. Mm-hmm. When 2 people agree to pay something, they both agree to pay it, mm-hmm. and it's a debt that you both have. If in fact it turns out that Josie has stiffed you with all of the electrical bills, which I don't think is the case, but if it did turn out, you could sue Josie, which I doubt you're going to do since Josie paid your rent. So I don't know what to tell you, but you can't use that as a defense against her when clearly the agreement that you guys had was that you would pay you and Josie would pay the utilities. If either of you don't, then she can go after either of you. So the $502.80 I find in favor of Ashley. On your counterclaim for the security deposit, you can't have parties all summer, put a hole in the wall, not pay rent, and really think you're getting back $230 of security deposit. And the harassment and defamation, the fact that people are angry at each other and say mean things does not a lawsuit make. So on your counterclaim 0, on the claim against you, $502.80. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Let's see what the defendant has to say here about this ruling. First, what are your initial comments about it?
It is what it is.
Well, what went wrong? The judge was asking you about this long friendship you had, and then is it a problem with Crystal coming into the relationship with
Honestly,
Ashley? Or what is it?
I encouraged Crystal to move in with us in the first place, and was actually the one that initially brought it up to Ash when we were sitting in Village Inn.
And then what happened after that?
I don't know.
You don't know why?
Ask them.
All right. Right around this way. All right, so come on in here. You satisfied how this ruling comes down?
Yeah, pretty much.
Definitely.
I don't really have much to say about it except we were friends in my eyes until the second I walked into an empty, trashed house. I don't have any idea what happened.
Is there anything to this to you coming into the picture and breaking up their
I
friendship?
really think she just got jealous because she lost her long-term relationship, and that's all I can say. I don't know what it would be. We never had arguments. I didn't have a problem with her, so I don't know.
All right. Okay, Harvey.
Okay, it's real simple. If the defendant has to pay more than her share, she can then turn around and sue the other roommates for their contribution. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.